Hello and welcome back. And as you guys may have seen in the opening footage there, the tree farm is working properly, finally. We do have a couple of issues to fix. Once again, this just isn't enough storage for the saplings, so I think I'm going to put some hoppers going this way, and then we'll build the ladder coming up over here or over here to get that going. But outside that, the system is in and working just fine, which means I can take my ostrich wall down. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Hang on 1 second. And here I'm going to demonstrate why I used gravel as a gravity block to do this, because it makes cleaning up very easy. Break that. Break that. Almost missed that one. And we break that. 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 There's a lot of these, geez. And there we go. And now the cleanup is finishing up when this finally lands. There we go. Now that the system is working fine, I don't mind looking at it. So the ostrich wall is gone. So I ran the system for an hour, and this is the amount of wood it has produced. That's not entirely telling because I did have some wood in there from when the system was breaking before, but the majority of this would have been from that hour I ran it, so that is good. So now you may be asking, what's on the agenda for today's video? Well, for starters, we have done a bunch of AFKing over here, and we have gotten 9 dripstone. But that's okay, because we're going to use what we have there to expand this farm and increase production. We're going to be able to double production, which is, you know, double very slow will be still very slow, but we're going to keep expanding this as we can so we can produce enough to build an actual dripstone farm. And then, of course, we're going to do some work over at the base. And from there, I don't know, we'll figure it out as we go. So, of course, I do not have my redstone box on me because that would be convenient if I did. So, we're going to go get that, and we're going to expand that farm. And there we have it. Production of the dripstone farm has been doubled. So now, instead of producing virtually none, I'll produce maybe a little bit. And with that, we're going off to the base to get some work done over there. So what I have planned over here for the castle grounds today is the last big project inside the castle walls. And that, of course, is all of these towers. Now, you'll see I have a bunch of red nether bricks around those towers. And originally, I was going to use red nether brick to trim the inside with. However, I have a combination I think works just a little bit better than red nether brick and the stone bricks. And that is why I went and got all of the deep slate. Because I'm going to replace all of this with deep slate. All the inside of the towers, stairwells, and everything are all going to be deep slate. And then, of course, we'll trim out the outside similar to the way we did it over at the first area I was building my castle at. So, I'm going to dive into that, and this could be the last time lapse for a little while on this series. So, I'm going to do that and get started. as you guys may have noticed, the time-lapse cut out about halfway through. That's not because I didn't get things done. That is because I had a corrupted file on one of my replayed mod vids, and I couldn't recover it. So, not to worry, we are going to go ahead and fly around and show you the progress that I did make. So, as you can see, we're going to fly way up here, turn around. Alright, as you can see here, all of the external towers are done. I do like how it kind of ties everything in on the perimeter. It definitely looks much more like a castle now. I do still have the internal towers to do, so there's going to be 4 internal towers. And then there's going to be some more detail work around the towers and all of that fun stuff. Oh, and I just noticed I have to do the castellation around the front gate here. We're going to do a similar pattern to this around these 3 sides here. And then, of course, this is our way up and down. So, sorry the time-lapse got cut short, but that was a little bit out of my control there. So with that finished, let's go ahead and move on with the video. Okay, with those towers done, it's time to get started on the Dripstone farm. Not the temporary one that's over there, the actual main one. So the design that I'm going to be using was shown by a Cub fan on a Hermitcraft video, and I will post a link to that in the description below. But the inside of these is where it's all going to be housed, and the first thing we need to do is place down 800,000 hoppers, so we are going to get started on that, and I'll see you then. Alright, the hoppers are in, now we need the rail system in. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the rails on, obviously. We're going to put the blocks back here for the rails to bounce off of. And then we're going to put all of the jack-o'-lanterns up as well. We're using jack-o'-lanterns because they give off light so mobs can't spawn on them. However, they do not get stuck to slime blocks or honey blocks, so the flying machine will still work. So we'll get all of that in, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. And there we have it. All of the rails are in, all the jack-o'-lanterns, all of the minecarts. So we are going to seal this in. However, the next step is to go up a few blocks and start building up the dripstone farm. We will, of course, be using flying machines to break the dripstone. So when the dripstone's in and the flying machines are in, I will see you guys then. Okay, and the farm is as complete as I can make it at the moment. So I do want to encase all of this in glass, but I am out of glass, which means I need to go and destroy a desert yet again. And I'll jump down here. Oh, obviously we have the flying machines that knock it all off and collect it all. Right now we're hooked up to a hopper clock to turn it on and off. As you can see, that just sent it off. That was beautiful timing. Almost like I planned it. I promise you I did not. So we need to go destroy a desert. We may hook this up to a daylight sensor and just have it go off at noon. But for now, this will work. And then we have to obviously get all the dripstone we can to complete the top of this. So I'm going to go and destroy a desert, and we'll see how much glass we can get. I may also stop and pick up some terracotta, because I am very low on magenta terracotta that I'm using around here and around the slime blocks. So I'm going to go do all that, and we'll see how far I get. And here we are at the dripstone farm. As you can see, we have quite a bit to fill in, but we will do that slowly as this produces more and more. So we will continue to work on this. I do, of course, still need to build the storage system over here because one chest will not be enough. But for now, I think that's enough progress over here at the industrial district. We are going to head back to the castle because I want to do a little bit more work with my villagers. Okay. In the last episode, I asked you guys to name him, and we ended up getting a very good suggestion. So this guy will be the Justice of the Courts. Did I spell that right? I'll have to check the spelling on that, see if I spelled that right. But that is not going to be that, guys. More of a title than a name, but we're going to live with that. And as you see, I want to get another cleric. Yes, cleric. I want to get another cleric set up over here. So let's go ahead and do that. And here we are curing the villager. We're going to do this a few times to make sure we get the best rates, and then we will get him set up down there. Well, we now have 2 new villagers to welcome to the team. We have a master cleric. Of course, these are always handy to have. And of course, redstone, lapis, things like that are good to trade for. And we have a toolsmith that, to be honest, isn't really that good. We may sacrifice him to the gods to see what else we can get. But for now, we're going to slap a to be determined and a to be determined. If you have suggestions for either of these guys' names, leave them in the comments below, and I will name them likely in the next episode. This guy may have to be a Generation 2, 3, 4, or more, kind of like we did over here with Tony the 14th, so that we can at least get a decent trade from him, but we will make that decision in the next episode. So that's going to do it for today's video, guys. I do apologize. I know this video was a little bit shorter than what we have come to be normal on this channel. However, unfortunately, it's been too long since I've released a video already, and I kind of got busy with work and life and adulting and all the other fun stuff that I'm sure most of you are busy with as well. So this video gets cut a little bit short, but that's not the end of the world. Thank you for those who did come out and watch. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. If you want to see more, feel free to subscribe. And if you have any constructive criticism, please leave it in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Sayonara.